Good evening, cyber friends. It's Mitty Man coming back at you again from Walker's Music with the Wednesday night edition of Word for the Day. I've been trying to get this video done, but maybe I'll get it done this time without interruption. Just want to say we give a shout out to the whole YouTube gang and the End Time Harvest gang, also the Blog Talk family, everybody. We won't call any name, but you know who you are. If you support, you know who you are. If you don't support, you know who you are. In other words, we just want to give all of you this, give you honor where honor is due. Also to our newly found friends and everything, we want to thank. Matter of fact, I got to give a shout out to and kudos to certain people for kingdom building. And matter of fact, I know that we have a new member and follower. I made a member of the End Time Harvest game. Sister Michelle, and she was introduced to everybody by Sister Lady D, and we thank God for that, because that means people are announcing this thing. I know Brother JT is announcing everybody about the blog, talking about the online Bible study, about kingdom building, and maybe some more is doing the same thing. We appreciate it, but I know that but Sister Lady D and Brother JT is very actively in trying to get things announced and let everybody know what time it is. Now we certainly do appreciate that, because that takes a lot of weight off you. You don't have to worry about trying to do advertising too. In other words, and I mean, that's just for the lack of a better term, I say advertising, because let other people know what's going on. And we thank Sister Lady D for that. And she introduced, and matter of fact, let me know who Sister Michelle was. So we very glad of that. We hope that we are living up to the standard. In other words, that's what it's all about, people. It's not about just talking, but it's about walking. And I wanted to say, we wanted to address some things, and I'm not going to make a long video, but I want to touch on it a little bit. I still have a little while before online Bible study, so I have a little time to take care of this little subject matter. You see, people are looking for, people say, I'm not happy this, I'm happy. That's an emotion that it takes something in order to get that emotion or feel that emotion. Something got to happen for you to be happy. That's exactly where the root word comes from. Something happens and then you get happy or sad about it. So in other words, if happiness is what you're looking for, that means something always got to be happening for you to be happy. Whereas joy, unspeakable, comes from Christ. Nothing has to happen for your joy to be full. Your joy is full, and the joy of the Lord is our strength. So now, what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, I've learned, and still learning, but I have learned a great lesson in these 50-some odd years of living, that you cannot wait for circumstances to determine how you feel. Because if you do, you're going to be up one minute and down the next. As of human nature. I mention that because of the fact, like I say, on my yearly walk through the Word, and I always read through the Word and study through the Word from Genesis to Revelation. Try to do it year by year, a walk of straight through it, just daily reading and devotional. But I also take notice of those readings. I just don't be reading to be reading. And for this year, I'm already in the numbers, and I was just noticing how the children of Israel complain and murmur so very much. But we're not gonna poke fun at them. We're not gonna point a finger, because we all got some of that same thing. I'm just being real. We'll find something that we can complain about and murmur about. If it's cold, we want it hot. If it's hot, we want it cold. If we got Coca-Cola, we want Pepsi-Cola. If we got strawberry, we want oranges. It said death and hell are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied. So we can't, don't get too quick to bend down on the children of Israel because of the way they were at the wilderness, because all you got to do is look around you today and you see the same thing. And it's because of the fact that we really trust God. And I'm not, I mean, I can't answer that question for you, but I can answer it for many man. The walk with God is a personal walk. And what I'm saying is, you don't have to try to satisfy me. Don't worry about trying to do stuff to satisfy many man. No, you're gonna be very, very disappointed, because see, one day Mitty Man gonna be this way, you got to do it this way. The day Mitty Man gonna be the other way, then you got to do it that way. Then next week I'm gonna be another way, then you're gonna have to do it that way. In other words, what I'm trying to get you to see, as long as you try to people please, you're gonna be very, very busy, very, very busy. But if you do what thus says the Lord, Jesus said, "Take my yoke upon you. For my yoke is light, my burden is easy." Burden is light, yoke is easy. That's the way I think he said. What it is, people, it's going to be a journey. But the journey is not going to be great. It's not going to be difficult, because what? We're going to let Christ do it. See, in other words, the Christ in you and the Christ in me make us walk the walk on a day-by-day basis. And another thing, the reason why a lot of us losing our joy and stuff, is because we try to live too many days in one. If you would just live one day at a time, I think a lot of time we would be at ease. As a matter of fact, I know we would be at ease. And believe it or not, people, I see my internet connection just went out. So that might mean bad news, maybe, for the blog talk tonight, because I already see it already acting up. It just went out. The whole modem just shut down. So like I say, y'all heard it from me first. I'm looking right at it. So that might determine whether or not blog talk be a good experience tonight, if at all. But I'm going to say this in the video just in case I won't get a chance to come online and let y'all know. Those are the ones that do look at these videos and everything. If by chance you don't see Mitty Man on blog talk tonight, and remember I told you that the network just went out. So then that'll be the case. And if you call in and you don't see me and you don't hear me or whatever, you'll know that's the problem. But now back to this joy thing. You cannot give people that kind of power over you. And like I said, it's not easy. I'm learning every day, and I'm yet learning. But I'm getting close. Don't let people get that kind of power over you to make them determine how you gonna feel on now. In other words, I mean that. I'm going to just use flat talk now. Not, in other words, and now I give it right to you proper English people. Let no one determine your joy or how you going to feel on a given day. No one. That's not their job. So in other words, you do what the Lord say do to the best of your ability. Your relationship with Christ is personal. It has nothing to do with Mitty Man. It has nothing to do with nobody else. But it has everything to do with you, your walk. You know what you need to do. Do what God say do. You do what he asks you to do. Don't judge or measure your walk with God by mine. He didn't ask you to do what he asked me to do. He asked you to do a specific thing. He asked me to do a specific thing. Don't worry about the person that got the big church or the big ministry. Don't worry about that. You take what God has given you and use it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how small it is. Use it for his glory. Anything we do, like I always say, if God is not in it, we need to get out of it anyway. So what I'm saying is, whatever you take that little bit you do, you may not sing like Whitney Houston, but you take whatever little bit you got and use it for his glory. That's all he wants you to do. He's not asking you to be Whitney. He didn't make but one. And even she's done left. She's gone to be with him now. So there's no more Whitneys on this earth. There's no more James Brown on this earth. But you do what you got to do. And then you can be just as successful as anybody else. Use what the Lord has given you. He didn't want Joshua to be like Moses. Moses succeeded. Joshua succeeded Moses. He led the children into the promised land. Moses got them there, but Joshua led them in there. He said, then they was up there mourning. They were mourning and moaning and groaning and griping and moaning and groaning over Moses a whole month. God said, look here now, you done did this long enough. Get up. Stop hollering and go on and take the land. So that's what I'm going to say. We need to stop hollering. You can't change nothing. You can't change people. You can't change not one circumstance. But I know who can. In other words, I don't know who hold. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know what it holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. I ain't got to worry about it. One day at a time is all I'm asking. In other words, live for today. Tomorrow's gone. You can't bring that back. You can't go in the past. And the future is not yet here. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow may never be. But the only thing we got is right now. So what we need to do as in our walk with Christ, look, find his will for your life. Stop worrying about what he told me to do or what he asked me to do. Stop looking around. Like Peter, you'll sink when you start looking around. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Do what he asked you to do. Cut the debt. With that being said, Middleman gonna go in this year. And like I said, y'all, I'm having network trouble. So look out tonight. And in other words, if God is not in it, get out of it. This is Middleman saying peace. Good night.